Occasionally, people ask me, what has been the highlight of my career? Due to the length of time I've been doing it, and the difficulty I always have in coming up with ideas, because so many positive things have occurred, I would want to make it clear to everyone that I will continue to release recordings, and maybe even perform live. I sing country music. When I can go someplace and remain there for a long, I don't mind traveling too much, but touring is something else entirely. Seldom do you notice anything. Although I haven't been there yet, I want to visit Australia sometime. This isn't my last performance on stage. After hours of nothing occurring, a large blue marlin suddenly enters the spread, causing havoc in the cockpit. In addition, I like hunting mule deer in Utah, elk in Arizona, and caribou in Canada. I'm not going to go out there trying to change the world. If the music is excellent and suits me, that's what I'm going to do. I always look forward to walking on stage. However, I could be singing up there without feeling like I was 10 billion miles away, just opening my lips and speaking. To produce the finest album possible, I need to discover the best tunes. I'm going to write, and after I've stopped traveling for 2 years, I will certainly do a special event if it arises. However, as far as organized tours are concerned, I'll stop touring on the final day of 2014. I learned a lot by witnessing a different aspect of the entertainment business. In the studio, we put in a lot of effort, but during our breaks, we take walks outdoors and explore the surroundings. Beyond the Blue Neon is, in my opinion, my greatest work to date. I simply keep looking for new content, great material, the best material I can find, and I try to go in there and capture it as well as I can. Since I'm not much of a composer, I rely on talented songwriters to email me their tunes since I'm constantly seeking for amazing music. When my career first began in the early 1980s, I gave a lot of interviews. However, there came a time when I decided I didn't want to speak anymore, and people sort of got it and left me alone. Thomas over the Texas Gulf to Venezuela, Panama, Costa Rica, and Mexico. I am really very grateful to those people. I still feel new at it even after all these years. I love and value country music, but it's not my whole existence. I have gone billfish fishing all over the world, starting in the Bahamas. Street, I like being outside, going hunting, fishing, and playing golf. Since I've been doing it since the 1980s, I believe it's time to try whether I can live without that component. I like many genres of music, but my allegiance is to country music. My favorite kind of music is swing. I feel very much the same way I usually do, even when I get onto the stage. In the 1980s, there were periods when I worked so hard that I became quite burned out. Just because I penned them doesn't mean I'm going to sing them. I like being loyal to others, and I enjoy being loyal myself. All these years, I've simply tried to discover the greatest recordings and songs that suit me, and I've had amazing colleagues to work with along the way. I've always believed that the finest songs, whether or not they're mine, are the ones I should choose to write. Big band and Frank Sinatra music have always appealed to me. I adore going fishing. I think Sinatra is arguably the best male vocalist of all time. All you can do is that. Legends are individuals such as Haggard, Jones, Wills, and Sinatra, you know. All you can anticipate is that. I've lived with it for too long to give it up completely. I believe that a song's melody is what I hear for the first time, and if I like it, I'll listen to the words more intently. I love and value country music, but it's not my whole existence. It is my aim to land a bigger, 1,000-pounder. You're in danger if you don't keep the stage world and your actual life apart. You arrive early in the morning, spend the rest of the day relaxing, do the performance, check the sound, and then, bam, you're gone. All I'm doing is trying my hardest to sing country music. I'm at the ranch most of the hunting season. They are the real deal. I believe that my albums are enough distinct from one another that I don't feel like I've done this before. The Texas Playboys, led by Bob Wills, are the greatest band of all time. Over the years, my fans have shown me a tremendous deal of loyalty. I don't believe my music is as conventional as some would imagine. I have the gift of singing, and it has allowed me to go to a lot of places I never would have otherwise. You should have an issue like this one. I've had a terrific career with country radio. I just will not go on tour. I had a great time creating pure country. When people hear my name, I want them to instantly associate me with authentic country music. I'm trying to suggest that you don't have to be a cheater to sing a cheatin' song. I don't know what I do if it's not twang. Mark Chestnut is a fantastic vocalist who performs extremely nice stuff, in my opinion. I'm simply a young guy trying to stay in the same social circle as everyone else. I browse through a ton of things, and occasionally you just come across something that clicks and turns into something unique. I won't alter it. That's simply who I am and what I do. Amarillo by Morning is the tune that always recalls me out of all the songs I've recorded. All of us like hunting whitetails. and South Texas has a respectable number of them. The final product is what matters if you set out to accomplish a certain goal, such as performing in stadiums or recording an album in a studio. I was inspired to write also since my kid had been experimenting with writing and trying it out a little. It truly hits me how many songs I've listened to over the years when I consider the process of compiling an album, listening to hundreds of songs each time, and selecting the top 10 or so to include on the record.